I'm Maral, director of Arpa International Film Festival. And on behalf of our visionary founder, Sylvia Minassian, and jury liaison, Sonia Keshishian, I welcome you to 24th Annual Arpa International Film Festival, the signature event of Arpa Foundation for Film, Music, and Art. Because of COVID-19 concerns, we are once again holding the festival online through our partner, Eventive. Our festival will run until December 5th, and we will highlight a diverse range of 70 films from 21 countries. Today, we opened the festival with a powerful film, The Grand Bolero, by one of Arpa's favorite directors, Gabriele Fabbro, based in Milan, Italy. Gabriele is a graduate of New York Film Academy. Since 2011, he has written, directed, and produced over 25 productions, including short films, music videos, documentaries, and commercials. The Grand Bolero is his first fictional feature. And I would like now for us to watch the trailer, after which Gabriele will introduce his cast and crew who are here with us from Italy to do a question and answer about our favorite film, The Grand Bolero. I don't know, the audience, if any one of you have already seen the film, because we went live at 9 a.m. this morning. And those of you who watched the film, it's gonna be, you actually have seen the film, but those of you who haven't and are just joining us for the Q&A, and you're planning to watch the film afterwards, we'll try not to give too much away so that you will be able to see the film without hearing all the information that we're going to provide for you today. For me, this is a real treat because after I watched the film the first time, during the programming stage, I had so many questions for Gabriele because, you know, we've known him for many years because he's been with us for the last few years. And last year, we were so thrilled to watch Covadis 2020. And we had a beautiful Q&A with him last year. And today we have a lot to ask for you. But before I start the question, I'm going to ask Gabriele to introduce his amazing cast and crew. Yeah. Go ahead, Gabriele.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again, Maral and Sylvia. I love you so much. And thank you again for all the support that you gave me through these years at Arpa Family. And thank you for including me in the Arpa Family. It's such a wonderful team of creative people. So today we have here Lidia Vitale, the lead of the movie, and Ludovica Mancini. the co-star, and Martino Lurani Cernuschi, which is one of the composers.
Great. Thank you so much, Gabriele. So the first question I wanted to ask you, how did you come up with this story? You know, what inspired you to make this beautiful, beautiful film?
Well, I'm an obsessed about this pipe organs. I've been wanting since I was a kid to. I've been inspired by like pipe organs since I was a kid, and I kind of squeezed it in every short film here and there in the soundtracks. But I had these like postcards basically where I wrote scenes based on music pieces, like the Bolero sequence or the Wagner Tristan and Isolde sequence. Those are all like images that came up every time that I heard the songs. So I had those in the can for quite a while. And at the beginning of the pandemic in March 2020, when all this mess hit us, we were pitching a total different script to investors, but we couldn't get enough budget to produce that. So at one point, we had this discussion with Fulvio, the producer, and Italy Turk, and we decided instead of like trying to condense and destroy basically the other scripts, let's write something else, something that we could shoot right away, with the budget that we had. So I took out those postcards that I wrote a while back, and I gave it to Italy, and we started writing the film basically.
Great. It was wonderful. It's how did you go about? How did you find your actors? I mean, it was just I don't know. It was beautifully acted. How was the casting process for you?
It was actually quite funny. I just Italy Turk found Lidia first on just randomly on IMDb, or I don't know how she found her, but she sent me a picture one day. And she said, I found her. Like she's. Yeah. No, but she didn't. I watched Tulipani. She didn't. I don't know what she did. Like she was just. I think she was literally browsing on IMDb. But she sent me a picture, and I was like, okay. And then I watched Tulipani, which was another beautiful movie that Lidia did in 2017 or something like that, right? And I remembered her there, so I remember how she acted, and I was like, it's that character, like it was amazing. So I reached out and I was like, hey, read the script, see if you like it, because I really think that she could play it, and I couldn't imagine somebody else. And then she sent in the tape, the videotape, and like everybody I feel like felt that she was the Roxanne. I couldn't imagine anyone else to play that character. We literally fall in love with her. And then I think I'm just gonna pass the ball to you, Lidia, because she brought me to Ludovica. If you wanna talk about that.
And then during the pandemic, me and Ludovica, we didn't know each other, but we both won a scholarship to do an artistic residence with one of our coach, one of my historical coach actually. And I really needed at that time to have this, real creative, like a sort of a holiday for my actor. So I went to this holiday for my actor, and I met this young lady. At the beginning, actually, I suppose I suggest Gabriele to pick up my daughter, who is an amazing actress, Blue Yoshimi, but for evident reasons, we couldn't play in the same movie, mother and daughter. And so when I saw Ludovica's work, and she was very imaginative. She was a very imaginative actress, like those who imagine things, who create out of nothing. And I said, why don't you audition her? Because she seems quite perfect for the character. So this is how I introduced Ludovica. And I'm very happy we did this movie together.
Well,
it's amazing.
It's like you had a special relationship. I mean, from the moment you met, and this harshness between a mother and daughter type relationship that sort of like began, or a stranger that just walks in, and then all of a sudden you're faced with having to work together, and it was like, I don't know, it was very, very, very powerful scenes, especially in that one scene I will never forget. I think it's 30 minutes into the film when she's not really sure how things are going. And then you say, oh, there was a mouse there, it was like, and the way she jumped, it's like, because she's not sure exactly what you're trying to scare her, or whether, and just, no, it's just, it was, I don't know, it was some scenes just stays with you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course the music, I don't know, I can't say enough. I know if you love, I've been telling all my friends, if you like great acting, and if you like music, especially the type of music like the bolero, the classical music, this is just the movie for you. Tell me a little bit about that, about the music in the movie. Any of you?
Martino, do you want to jump into this? Puoi parlare tu, Martino, sulla musica?
Yes. Hello. Good evening here in Italy. My English is not very good. I prefer that Gabriele translate for me, if it's not a problem for you. I'm very sorry, but I speak the international language that is the music. Allora, è stato veramente interessantissimo creare le musiche per questo film, perché c'è stata un'interpretazione di pezzi famosissimi, ma completamente reinterpretati in una chiave molto più moderna, cosa che secondo me non viene fatta spesso nella cinematografia. O si tende a comporre qualcosa di moderno o qualcosa di o riprendere completamente qualcosa di classico. Gabriele?
Yeah. So what he's saying is that it was super interesting to work on the soundtrack, because we basically arranged classical pieces like again the bolero and like Wagner, but we tried to like give them a modern hook into them, and it's really tough nowadays, he says, to like find soundtracks that reuse basically traditional themes in a more innovative way. Usually they just compose something that is like super traditional or something super experimental and modern,
E penso poi che ci siano state delle idee veramente interessanti, suggeritemi anche da Gabriele. Ad esempio, faccio un esempio sulla musica iniziale. È un pezzo che conoscono tutti, cioè il concerto per pianoforte e orchestra di Tchaikovsky, ma solamente sulla melodia, perché invece sotto è stato inserito il ritmo del bolero, per cui siamo riusciti a mischiare insieme in maniera adeguata, ritmicamente adeguata, due musiche completamente diverse, e secondo me questo è stato un esperimento veramente, veramente ben riuscito.
Oh, I love this one. I'm also proud of this. So he says that there were many interesting discussions about mixing themes. Like one example that he mentioned was the beginning, when you hear the Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto No. 1, but you just hear the melody, and underneath we changed the rhythm, and the rhythm is from the bolero, so it's basically two songs playing there, at the same time. And you don't feel it, like the way they're mixed, it really seems seamless, it doesn't, you don't jump, so that's one of the experiments that we did, and we felt we succeeded in it.
Well,
E poi
go ahead.
No, non volevo.
Vai.
E poi per ultimo, diciamo un certo orgoglio proprio perché io sono un musicista, però nasco proprio come organista, per cui ho avuto la possibilità di esprimermi col mio strumento preferito.
Yeah, so another thing is that that he's really proud to have worked in this because he loves music, but he's also an organist since he was a kid, you know, so he was able to bring the joy of and the love for that he has, that Martino has for this instrument. He really appreciated he had the opportunity to showcase that love through this film.
I have a question about the location. That cathedral is so magnificent, and I mean, does that really exist, or did you guys had to fabricate that?
The church exists. We fabricated the organs. We assembled the organs chambers, everything inside them. But the interior, the church that you see with the dome, that's actually a capella, a chapel from Lodi, which actually at that time was one of the cities that got most hit by COVID. So it was really. It was really special to shoot in such a place because it was so much hit by COVID. You know, it's like the first city where the COVID spread it. You know, so I personally feel I don't know. It felt special to shoot there. You know, probably like if it wasn't, it's funny. Like if it wasn't because of COVID, probably we wouldn't have access to that church. You know,
well, I guess I was going to ask you, that was my next question. What were some of the challenges you experienced during because of the COVID time? And I guess in this case, it was a benefit having the access to the
in
church.
many cases, yeah. It was, yeah, in many cases, I would say it helped, especially on locations. Because again, like many locations that we shot because nobody was around. And we had access just for that period, like the church, for example. But on the other hand, I couldn't bring, like, for example, I wanted to bring people from LA to help me out. Like, this is my first feature film, so I really, if there's one thing that I regret and COVID really hit it on us, is like I couldn't have the opportunity to shoot my first feature with my buddies from LA, my friends, that I've been like, we've been spending 5 years thinking about this moment. Okay, we're going to make the first feature together, So we had this big dream that got crushed because of COVID. I think that's one of the things that's, personally I got hit by. I don't know if anyone else from the crew wants to add on this. Lidia, Ludo?
But actually, it was like perfect to shoot in the COVID period because there's a challenge to be in the COVID and for me to represent. I mean, there is something I always say that there is a particular thing of the COVID, of the pandemic that literally means something that that concern everybody. Okay, the literal meaning of pandemia is something that is for everybody. Okay, collect all the community, all the people. And for me to shoot a movie about obsession in a period in which, okay, because we always talk about the fear of the COVID, and the problem of the vaccination or no vaccination, but we barely talk about what the pandemic brought out of people. And one of the things I noticed is somebody took the opportunity to develop a better human being, but somebody got really trapped into their own obsession, into their own tragic flow, into their own pathology. So it's something that put an evidence on also the aspect of the human being that probably was, behind them or covered by, you know, I go to work, I have a good family, everything is you know, very well represented in my life. So the pandemic put everything, took the people out of control. So they have to really face themselves. And obsessions are one of the things that people, what I found out, I had a very enlightened pandemic for myself, very creative. I really took it like an opportunity to develop more my instrument, to develop more my human being, to develop more my artist. And but what I saw when I came out, I saw that a lot of people had a lot of problems. Something that would look very, very little before the pandemic became so big and so evident. And one of these things are the obsessions of the people. And I really loved to go and deep inside this aspect of the human being in that period. It was very, very interesting for me.
Yeah, it's, you know, this is one of those films that is going to go into history, made during the pandemic. And especially with the masks that you're wearing and so forth. And it's like, you deserve a lot of credit for having to complete this film and put it into festivals, considering the challenges that you guys faced. I just can't say enough. That shows, I know you have a great crew here, cast, but all I can say is that Gabriele is going to be one of those directors that's going to, Arpa, he's part of Arpa family because he's been with us for several years. He helps us on all levels with our festivals, and we know that he has a future, and we're looking forward to the future projects. Is there anything that you guys, Gabriele, you can tell us about that you're working on now?
Well, first of all, thank you, Maral. I didn't expect to hear this. I'm blushed. I'm working on my second feature film. I'm currently writing it with Italy Tark. Can't say enough about. I can't tell you what's about yet, but I'm working on it. I would say that's like the biggest project that is on the can now. And then on the side, I'm just. I feel like, especially the pandemic was really like a difficult period, also for myself as a filmmaker. So I feel like now I'm really like trying to catch up with work a lot, you know. So I'm in that phase where I need to balance the work with the big dream of like the second feature, you know. So who knows? It might be a while until you're gonna see this the second feature, or it might not. I don't know.
I have no doubt that you will succeed. I know I don't want to. I want to kind of like leave it up to you guys. Is there anything you want to bring up, any of you, and tell us about the film, your experience? How long did it last, first of all, and what was your budget, Gabriele? If you can tell us, and then perhaps all of you can share with us some of your experiences while you're making this movie.
Ludovica, do you want to add something?
Yes, I'm sorry for my Wi-Fi and goes. And yes, I want to talk about COVID period for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a fortune, because it's a period in which to look in, I realize how acting gives me the opportunity, not so much being seen by others, but the opportunity of being seen by myself. And I think acting is to me one of the few occasions to watch inside myself. And I like to call this process rip off the Band-Aid. and in COVID period,
Yeah.
okay.
You're back. Yeah?
Ok, ci sono, ok, I'm here. Si era bloccato, ci sono. Great.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little problem with the audio because of the Wi-Fi. So perhaps Gabriele.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Tell us.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard, like she was talking about, I'm just gonna summarize briefly. I don't know if everyone like heard it, but she said that the pandemic was a special, like it was a strange moment that not so much like, usually like you act for like showing yourself to someone else, like you're acting for someone else, that was before the pandemic. But since the pandemic, closed theaters and like not many people who watch movies in the cinema and work as much, if I can add. The pandemic was also a great opportunity for Ludovica to, act for herself and watch what's inside her, and develop more, like pay attention to herself more. I think that's like one thing that the pandemic helped her to do. If I'm just summarizing what she says. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The other question was to you, Gabriele. What was the budget and what was the time? How long it took you to make this film?
Okay, I can tell you the budget publicly, but I'll definitely tell you, Maral, and you're gonna laugh. But it was 4 months. 4 months. 4 weeks. 4 weeks of shooting. Yeah, straight 4 weeks in November 2020. Yeah.
Great. It's you did a phenomenal job for the amount of time you had. I think this was wonderful. This was a great conversation with all of you. I learned so much about organs, and it's almost like a documentary if you really think about it. This whole process. It's so meticulously, so slowly, you go step by step through the process of making the film. It's teaching someone how to restore an organ, essentially. And then also, I would like to talk a little bit more about some other parts of the movie at the end, especially but I don't want to give away too much to the audience, because many of the audience members who are going to see this, they haven't watched the film yet. So all I can say is that it was a wonderfully made movie with the story, and also like I said, it's the whole. Someone who doesn't know anything about organs will end up knowing a lot about it after watching this beautiful film.
Look, Maro, this is one of the best compliments that you could give us, because again, I was obsessed about pipe organs, and I was amazed how like the organ was used in film for basically the entire film history. Like there are many movies that they use the organ in the soundtracks. Like let's just think about Interstellar, for example, or Koyaanis's Katsi from the 80s to Kubrick's. Like the organ is such a, and plus like silent movies, the cinema at the beginning was born with the pipe organs in the theaters. The first silent movies, you were going in a theater and it was accompanied by either piano or pipe organs. So pipe organ in cinema, it has always been a bond, So to me, it was really incredible that nobody wanted to put a spotlight on these pipe organs. And there have been like documentaries about it, but never a feature film that really, talks about the instrument works, and I'm really glad that you said that it's almost like a documentary, because I really wanted to make sure that the audience at the end of the day would watch this movie and it will pay attention. When he goes to the church next time, he doesn't just go there to do the mass or all that stuff, religious stuff, let's say, but they will walk into a church. That's like what I would want people to take away from it. Like they will walk in a church, and instead of looking straight ahead, they would just turn and see these giant pipes, and they will know a little more about those pipes and what works behind it, you know? So it's a huge compliment that you gave us, Maral, really.
The other thing I was going to tell you, I told you last time we had the Q&A for the Covadis 2020, is you always use the church bells. You know, it's for me, that's going to be like your signature scenes, it looks like, and I love it, by the way. And who was the actor playing? Tell us a little bit about the actor that you guys played.
Oh, well, I don't. Marcello, I don't know if you remember Maral, but he was in Covadis 2020. He was playing himself. We did an interview about him and like theater acting at halfway through the documentary. So I know Marcello since I was a kid. It was my first acting teacher, I would say, in high school. It was my first approach to acting, let's say that. But I just felt that like, I know. Oh, you have to go, Lydia. Sorry, Lydia.
I'm sorry, theater is starting. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much for hosting us. And I look forward to come and visit you as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lydia.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Ciao, Lydia.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Bye,
Ciao, Lydia.
guys. Have a great,
Grazie, Lydia.
festival.
Bye, Lydia.
Okay, so yeah, getting back to Marcello. So I knew him since I was in high school, and we did this documentary together, which I mean, he gave us like a great interview in that documentary, and I always feel that like Marcello is always true to himself. You know, he doesn't try to be a star or something like that. You know, like he doesn't want to pursue his career, let's say. But I know that like he's gonna do his best all the time, and most important, he's gonna stay true to what he can do, you know, and he wants to help people around as much as he can. So I love that mindset, and I also thought that like the character of Paolo in the film symbolizes that, you know, like Paolo is a caregiver, you know, like it takes this Lucia, and she wants to give a home to her, you know, he takes care of everybody, you know, so he has this like caregiving that also Marcello in real life has. So I thought it could be, you know, it could be a good role for him.
Wonderful. What is next as far as where are you going to be taking this film? What's the future of this film?
Okay, we're still going around festivals. We're desperately looking for distribution. So if any distributor in the room is listening to us, please come and talk, because we have quite a story to share. Let's say that. And I know we're screening online, but we're screening also in like theaters. In other festivals, we've just been to Austin Film Festival and St. Louis. Here in Italy, we are going to be in Salerno. And we just screened in Rome yesterday night, so we're still kind of foggy, let's say that. But we would love to do like a theater run, because the organ, it's such a different experience when you hear it in the cinema. So we are really looking forward to a distributor that is going to take this to the theaters. That's what we're hoping. And then of course landed on platforms, but that's, you know, like we're working on that already. So yeah, so for now we're still doing festivals. Yeah,
I personally, you know, Sylvia and I, we were talking yesterday, we hadn't seen a theater a film in a theater for 2 years now. And yesterday, for the first time, we screened a couple of films at the Americana in Glendale here at the AMC. And, you know, it's a different experience. And I was envisioning, I knew I was going to be doing the Q&A here today. And I was envisioning, I wish I could have seen the Bolero in the theater. And I'm looking forward, hopefully soon, for you to realize your dream, Gabriele.
Finger crossed. Again, there's so much work on the sound. Martino, Paolo, Sean, these amazing composers that did a lot to bring this organ alive and to give the violence that the pipes can, you know, can create. Yeah, finger crossed. Let's say that.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I want to also thank our technical director who joined us this year, John Santos. He's been moderating this event on the technical side of it, and without him, none of this would be possible. And I would like to also tell a little bit about to our audience some of what's coming up next with this festival. So we opened with Bolero. This is opening night for you and opening day for us. It's 10 o'clock in Los Angeles. I mean, no, it's what, 12 o'clock? 11:38 here in Los Angeles now. So
what a way to open the morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, right. Let's go to church.
Yeah. And so what's going to happen in the next 14 days through Eventive is that we are going to release a few more films today. At what time are we releasing, John?
Sorry, the rest of the next group of films will be released shortly, in roughly about 20 minutes at 12 p.m.
So at 12 p.m. we're going to release. Tell us the films that you're going to be releasing.
Let's see. For the animation, we have The Cat. Music video, we have. Sorry, I don't have the list right in front of me. But
it's fine. So there's going to be a grouping of films that John and I selected to stream on the first day of our festival, following Bolero, the Grand Bolero.
Sure.
And after which we will be, so just to let everyone know that you can go to Eventive site to all the links that we had been sharing on through newsletters and social media. All you have to do is sign in with your email and you select the film you want to watch, just order the film. You'll get an email showing you, telling you which link to press. This year, thanks to our supporters, our people who have been sponsoring, the sponsors who are sponsoring our film festival, we will not be charging the audience, so they can get online and choose any film they like and watch it until the 5th of December. If you have any issues with any of the signing on, please feel free to contact us through our website so that we can help you get online and enjoy the beautiful films all across the globe.
Yeah, so I do have the list right now. So starting at 12 o'clock, we have our feature narrative film, our next feature narrative film, First Child, our feature documentary, Master Eddie, short documentary, Storgetnia, short film, Hippopotamus and Crocodile Hunt, New Nick, and The Wild Nest. And as I mentioned before, animation, we have The Cat, and music video, How Many Times. So that's our list at 12 o'clock. The rest of the films are available starting tomorrow on Monday. So that's Monday, midnight Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, there's our schedule for the next couple of days. And I just want to mention that some of those films that we just mentioned are from Armenia, Romania, Korea, well, of course, the Italy, our Grand Bolero. So we have films, and so we have films from all across the globe this year. And because of the way it is being streamed through Eventive, we would like you to pass the word to everyone to get on Eventive and join us on the virtual festival until next year, at which time we're going to celebrate our 25th Arpa International Film Festival in theaters. And we are going to take a whole theater in Hollywood area and screen all the films that we are not able to do it this year, but we will enjoy it through Eventive. And we expect all of you guys next year to come to the festival so that we can take pictures in front of the step and repeat like we've done in the past with Gabriele. So
I can't wait.
Okay, I think we want to conclude our festival Q&A for our first Q&A of the festival. And I want to thank you again one more time for everyone who joined us today with from Italy. Good night.